Rabbi, Anuki, Haru Amun-Re, Sinatunre. And you're now tuned in to the greatest show in the universe. Told you we was promoting the other brothers in the community. This next brother we want to point out to you, his page is called Back to the Basics. And this brother is dope. He got a hot track called Welcome to Back to the Basics, where you learn facts, hope you embrace it.
Watch like shit, bring in awareness. Watch like shit, bring in awareness. I'm fearless. Welcome to Back to the Basics.
Be sure to go subscribe to this brother's page. He's hot. He's on fire. He's dropping the affirmation, cracking heads and twisting caps, right? We got the brother's link below in the description. Be sure to go subscribe to his page. Also, there's another brother, right, who I consider one of the hottest herbalist alchemists in the game right now, right? The brother Lifeway. You want to check this guy out, right, and get with him. We also have his Instagram and things posted below, so you can hook up with this brother and order some of the herbs he got. The brother got a lot of different combinations he put together, right? He one of the hottest in the game right now, and he family. So shout out that brother, right? We also premiere new artists, so be sure to send your track, and if it's hot, we'll premiere on the show. This next artist we got is a couple, right? Was sent to us by the Infinite Ones, and we got a hit right here, right? So we premiering it first. We the hottest in the streets right now, right? We got the game on lock. We the hottest in the game, and we got a whole load of tapes coming out, right? And new books, so stay tuned. So we're about to be ready to bring the brother and the sister on, and then after we play the song, we'll bring on the show. So now, we're bringing to the stage the Infinite Ones. One.
Love is like a seed, planted in the most barren climate. Still it grows, so that those worthy may taste its fruit. Let the flame of hate die and never rekindle, so that our day shall be filled with positive energy. Our darkest hour is almost over. Let love shine. Let love shine.
So, who is this 380-0576? Can you let us know who you are?
Yes, can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Yeah, my name is Selket. Thank you. This is my first time actually on the call. I tried once before. I was sent a link because I had purchased books from the Young Elder. Young Elder, it's a pleasure hearing from you. I'm the one who sent you information. I don't know if you looked at it on your email one time, because I purchased your books and then you sent me a link to come into one of the classes, but I kept getting kicked off. But later on, I sent you a link about the Empress Queen Sheba. Have you seen that email? It was a while ago now.
Okay, what happened is Young Elder had some technical difficulties, so he's readjusting his phone, and he'll come back on in a second, and then I'll ask you to, to address that to him.
So I was trying to, let you know that I listen to the YouTube videos and I like them. I love them. I'm a student of Master Teacher as well, Dr. Malachi Zio. So I joined, but I'm not too far in it, so I only know like a little bit. I just want to thank you all again, and Young Elder. Oh, thank you for all the powerful information. It's awesome. It's mind-blowing, and I love it.
Okay.
We want to thank you too, sister, for tuning in and getting in with us. The truth of the matter is, man, this is our land just as much as Africa. So it depends on how we want to fight this. Now, the angel Michael said in the Revelations, come out of her, my people. But that's really a metaphoric way of speaking. That's not necessarily saying leave America. It's saying come off the system. Go ahead, brother.
But Suti Ray.
Can you hear me out there?
Very good, very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what I want to do is bring something else in contrast with what we're talking about here, and that is what we supposed to be doing in light of, as far as developing ourselves to be able to take part in the ascension when it happens, because in 23, that's when it's supposed to happen again. Because we're moving around right now trying to figure out how to survive. So how do we bring that into perspective in reference to what's going on right now?
What's happening is it's going to be a reset. You ascending every day as far as your intelligence. Your survival plays a part in your ascension. The people that ain't with nature, that don't know how to survive without having a system, they finna fade out anyway. If you can't survive without having a system, you finna fade out anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, see, most of y'all have already ascended already. You just don't know it. You'll start to figure it out when certain things are starting to happen to you, like your senses is higher, right? The people that's not taking the long-term truth, mostly the people that ascended. They're aware. Most of the people that's ascended is aware of what's happening right now. You see the game. You got no choice but to ascend, right?
Right.
The planet is going to the 5th dimension. The planet is going to make you go into the ascension mode. Ascension is a natural thing, but it's based on your natural DNA and your intelligence. It's a lot of families that's going to become extinct. That's happening, man. Why? Because their intelligence is not made to go to the future. And some of these people could be in your family.
Well,
so,
you know, I also,
naturally. Go ahead, my bad.
What I did read in The Man from Planet Risk that some of us is waking up with it, and babies are being born with the barotheric gland. So that's happening. And your time is truly now. You know, when he makes. So yeah, I do get that. You know, some people are waking up with it. You know, after they go to, you know, after they come out of sleep and so forth. But so you're saying basically it's going to naturally happen on its own. It's not, you don't have to really put any preparation into it.
Yeah, that's a lot of things you got to do to be prepared for the ascension of the planet. And one thing is getting back to nature, like we've been stressing, getting back to learning nature, right? Another thing is your eating habits, right? And regardless of what anybody tell you, Nubians are not carnivores, right? We are herbivores, we are plant eaters, right? So you want to be on the Dr. Sebi's diet, and as many other doctors and other brothers in the herbalist community, a lot of the diseases that's plaguing the Nubians are because they eating meat. So you want to get your meal plan down to a science, right? We're dealing with science now. We're going into pure science. That's what the planet is going to, pure science. No more dogma and superstition, right? Is what they call it. Thing is, you want to cut off your desires. Desires will trap your ether here in the 3rd dimension, right? So anything that you desire more than the Most High, right, will hold you here. You must do the things that you know in your heart to be right and live up to that. We'll call that righteousness. Desires lead to someone being able to take control of your ship. And with this, they take your guardship, thus your ability to be able to ascend, right? So you want to cut back on those desires. Go ahead, brother.
I'm sorry. So you got 15th elder.
Anybody know anything about natural selection? When a species is about to die out, it will link with another species to procreate to keep existing. This is how nature has gotten us to this point. We were the natures that came into existence through that gate. So our intelligence grew and expanded from the quantum field into this field of existence called the 3rd dimension, where everything is based on a solid and liquid and gas, and what you can see through solid, liquid, and gas. Once you get past the solid, liquid, and gas, you're breaking into another spectrum. It's all here though. Make no mistake about it, there's no space that you can move your hand through that's not filled with quantum particles, photons. Man, you can't even put a number on how many photons is in front of your face. All of these particular photons are the L's or the Nasjaru or the Netaru, Shil Netiru. That's what they are. We breathe them in and out through the gateways of the nostrils. Okay, the brain processes this through electrical current. Without friction, you don't have any electrical current. You don't have any heat. That's why most of the metals are in the brain, because the brain is also a gateway. The nostrils, vortexes, they're shaped like that for a reason, because you are a larger starship to all of the smaller quantum particles. That's why your body's made up and held together of 7 octillion atoms, just banded and bonded together through vibration of what? Sound, a frequency of sound that holds you together through what is called an auric egg. Without that auric egg generating electrical pulses, this is connected to the brain as well and connected to the testicles for men, and for women it's connected to their lower half and their upper half as well. But your auric egg, its energy flows the same way the planet's energy flows, because this body is designed and set up for this planet. We are not these bodies, no matter how you flip it. You come in through a gateway and built from there from a microcosm perspective on out to the macrocosm. Now, am I right or wrong? I don't deal in terms of right or wrong. That's just a perspective on what a stargate or what a gateway is. There's a whole bunch of gateways. I can point a lot of them out to you. Pores on your body are gateways. Your ear canal is a gateway. It's not a coincidence these things are shaped the way they are, and there's water involved. If something don't hit the water and it don't echo off the drum, you can't even interpret the sound inside the brain. So there's a vibration that has to be sent from a drum into the brain. That vibration is giving you electrical charge too. So the body is operating on several electrical motors, several different types of electricity. It's being powered by energy that's coming from breathing. So without the ethers being in the air that we are relative to, we don't even have bodies. The body's irrelevant. We don't need nobody. Being sons and daughters of the sun governs all other planets and provides for all other planets and everything else, while the primordial waters that it sits in provides for it. And there's more than one sun, but it just provides. The sun provides. Henceforth, Riskikin or Razaku, right? We are provider in the flesh. When you see me, you see the sun in the flesh. It's not a coincidence. You see a black man, you're calling him a son. You're either breathing them in or they're going in as light. Some light entities go in through the television. Some sound entities vibrate through the eardrum. And then the information is processed in the brain as data and stored in the body, which is just a starship. You enter in and out of the Stargate every time you go to sleep every night. No such thing as dreaming. There's a quantum leap. That's what you're doing. You're slowly leaping, right? Sleeping, slowly leaping, sleeping to the other side. You go into the gas particle state, you go back into the nostrils and out of the nostrils and back in the nostrils or out of the nostrils. And in that time period, there's a static electricity that you're generating just from breathing because of the carbon you put into the air causing the static electricity. This is what helps give the trees charge to give you more oxygen because we're feeding them power just like the sun is. It's a natural agreement with those of us that know we're Netarus in the flesh. We are elves, okay? So this information that I'm giving you is a perspective. All the rest of you know the same thing and you'll explain it in your own special way, but I'm not gonna tell you you don't know it. This is what circumology is all about, is getting to an agreeable point of awareness to where you're aware of so much stuff in nature, in the galaxies, in the all, that when somebody starts posing what they pose to you, you don't take it as a threat. You let them have what they have because they know what they know. Some people are at a point in life where they just at. Everybody ain't the same type of plant. Some people are trees now. Started out as weeds though. Weeds are still herbs and herbs are still the healing for the nation. So once you at weed level, you giving out all kinds of medicine to people. This is my perspective. So that's why I don't deal in right and wrong. I don't want nobody to think that there can't be a right and wrong. I don't deal in right and wrong because of my awareness. When you look at ascension, you get to a level of height in vision, in foresight, in insight, and you're connected to the all. You don't see things as singularity anymore. You don't see them dissected. You don't see them as puzzle pieces. You see the whole puzzle put together as one big whole, and that's how you'll deal with it. You won't deal with it as a puzzle piece anymore. That's part of your awareness, and awareness is part of your ascension, because that right there is how you expand your consciousness. All of those spell words don't mean crap if you understand that you're part of the all, in the all, as the all. You operate like that. Walk in the light of the sun as if all can see you at all times is what I got from the master teacher as a key to ascension. Another key he gave is it's more important to be nice than it is to be important, okay? These are keys to ascension. Your soul depends on how much emotional control you have. Circumology will definitely give you emotional control if you can gain awareness of all these things that I'm talking about. Let these beings have what they have. You take it away from them, you got to be able to replace it with something greater. Then you become responsible for feeding that person. So you teach them how to think on an ascended level, and you give them the falcon's view, the bird's eye view of things. The bird's eye view is not the only view needed. It's just an overview. If you take a 360-degree circle on a piece of paper and you cut it in half in 4 pieces, you got to cross down the middle from the center point outward. You got 4 L's with all their backs touching each other. The vision is going outward and the arc is on the outer realm of the circle. So the 4 L's represent the 90 degrees, 490 degrees on the inside from the center point looking out to the arc degrees, which is the arch degrees of the circle. You need all 4 points of view. The bird sees it from the top. So the bird can give the 4 L's on the lower half another view and perspective so that they can start building. Because we don't look at things from the bottom up. We look at them from the top down. And guess where the top would be to us? The top to us, if we're coming in, is the ground here. Our perspective is different. We've been living under somebody else's perspective and speaking someone else's language for a long time. If I'm speaking English, then guess what I'm thinking all the time? English. You speak Spanish, you speak Nuapic to me, you speak French, you speak any other language to me, I'm gonna be trying to translate it in my brain as English. How do I ascend out of that? I gotta learn more and take in more data. I can't be resistant to information. This deals with ascension. I can't be resistant to doing things for self and kind. This deals with ascension. There is no special heaven for people to go to where they can sit around and do nothing. That doesn't exist. A witch told us that. That was sorcery. Put us to sleep. There is no hell that you go to after you pass where people just hurt you, unless you mentally are projecting yourself to go there, because you can be changed just like that with a thought. Thought is faster than light. It moves faster than light. It is faster than light. It was before light. It's because of thought there is light, because thought is the sound that vibrates fast enough to create sound illuminance or luminescence. We've been going in and out of gateways for a long time. Oxygen is just one of the ethers, one of the gases that is a part of our gene, just one. Inside, you're changing right now. Your physiology is changing from breathing in the radiation that's being kicked up and produced by the sun that's here now and the other sun that just showed up about 20 years ago. So the moon cycle is over with. The age of deception is over with. The age of reflection is over with. Everybody now got to be in their own glory. Glory means glow and ray put together. Ray, as in radiation, rays of the sun. The sun is An, the An is Anu. An was the sun god in Heliopolis. So we're not going to play around. We all know that that's the Heavenly Father. That's the Most High. Then we have a Most High here on the planet that's higher than all of us in data and in intelligence. And we claim him as the Archangel Michael. But these are just biblical expressions of stories that we passed down orally that got written down after we started teaching people how to read and write, because only L's and gods knew how to do that. Once we done that, we took the intelligent level of the planet and upgraded it. So much so that we didn't understand what we was doing, giving a loaded gun to a child. You can't give a loaded gun to a child. We did that. We're paying for it, but we outlive and outlast them. So I'm here to make sure that we are aware of the useful knowledge and useful data that's going to really free you. I don't want us putting a Band-Aid on this wound here that they gave us. We have to actually fix it mentally. We have to fix it. We don't think scientifically. And if we think scientifically, we'll be thinking naturally or in concordance with nature, because we'll be studying nature the whole daggone time we're here. Nature will never lie to you. There is not a lie in nature. You can look at these answers. There's not a lie in nature. All the lies are put in books. All the lies are put on television. All the lies are on the cell phone, on the social media apps, in the churches, in the courtrooms, in the schools. Those are where the lies are. If we get out of those places mentally and spiritually, we can clean ourselves up into a pure form of thinking again, because the master teacher gave us the sound right reasoning. We got the sound right reasoning, meaning if it don't sound right, get it out of my face. If it ain't working, get it out of my face. If it's something that's always been done and ain't never yielded a different result, get it out of here. It's hurting us. It has to yield good fruit for everybody to have rise out of. And let's just call that righteousness, okay? Now, I appreciate y'all letting me say all that. I'm going to yield the mic and love y'all.
we're at a time right now where we gotta know these things. A lot of people are not gonna survive, and yet you can tell they already took out right now. Everybody that volunteered and went out and took the long-term suit, just think about what a mind frame is it. Now, I ain't talking about the ones that say, oh, I gotta go do this because they gonna fire me on my job. I'm talking about the ones like my cousin who sat at the house all day and paint cars and stay all day. This nigga went volunteered. He don't got no job. He ain't never worked for nobody else but himself. And he goes out and said, hey, I went on and got the long-term suit. Man, I had to go and get it because I don't want to die. Man, he's dumb as hell. It told you on the damn contract. Nigga dumb as hell. People are so damn dumb, you can't even hang around them. You can get killed by accident just by hanging around them. The time frame. This dude, oh yeah, I mean, you know, I saw a video the other day where Bill Gates went live and said that the long-term suit is helping people, and if we do good with the long-term suit, we'll see a decrease in the population by 50%. And I said, you know what, man? Bill Gates is a smart guy. You know, I listen to a guy that's a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? This type of dumb shit, this type of mental construct we got with these people. This nigga said that Bill Gates is a smart guy, and that that's why he went out and got the long-term suit. Boy, look, I shook my head when I walked out from him. Man, it's like, I don't know what happened to me. It's like, I was like, man, is these people really this dumb? If they really this dumb? Sometimes you gotta just take in other people's perspective and don't be disagreeable. Everybody's in their own. But damn, you that far behind? If you that far behind, you know what I'm saying? Without nobody forcing me, nobody putting a gun to my head. You dumb enough to go do this. Those type of people, we can't help a certain amount of people that's gonna get took out. It's gonna be a third of the people that get took out with pestilence. Pestilence it's the same shit they use to poison insects. You know what I'm saying? Pestilence is a poison. It's a potion that witches went into a laboratory. They can call themselves chemists and alchemists, but they witches, right? That's what we gonna call them, witches. Witches went into a damn laboratory and made up a potion, right? Mixed the long-term suit together. These people full of shit. Go ahead.
I had my hand raised.
I walked off on the phone, man.
If we're the people of the sun, then it's a virus that's naturally geared towards bringing us into the hospital so that they can get the organs and the blood and the semen that they need. Any fool going into the hospital at this rate to give away what the Most High gave him as a defense or immunity to all of their germ warfare. We have an immunity, okay? A lot of people that are black has lost their natural minds. So they don't think like souls anymore. They think like AI, artificial intelligence, especially since schools raised them, the television raised them, sports raised them, the military raised them, church raised them. They're not thinking naturally like the rabbit and the deer and the other vegan animals out here think. They're in tune with the vibration and the magnetic field of the planet. So when things start to shifting, they think differently too, because they understand what time it is. It's time to get moving. I don't care how hot it gets on the surface of the planet. If you're a Nubian being and you got nappy hair, you've been kissed by the Most High. There's no panic for you unless you go into the hospital and give the hitman, right? You sign over your life to them on that paper. When you go in for whatever you're going in for, we don't even have no doctors on standby in the hood. Why not? We should have midwives in the hood on standby and doctors and physicians in the hood on standby in case somebody gets hurt. They go right on into that person's house and get healed, fixed, bones stitched up, whatever they need to get. But we should have all of that on tap. We don't have to go to the hospital. It's a trick. They're doing it on purpose to bring us in so they can get the blood, the organs, the semen. They need it. They need your bone marrow. They need everything about you. I got a book called Mummies, Vampires, and Cannibals, right? This dude named Richard Sugg did a book on cannibalism during the Queen Victoria period. They was using corpse medicine. And in this book, they show you how every part of the body, it can be processed as medicine. Once the body is dead and they deal with the corpse, they can process the corpse's body as medicine. Where did they get the most potent medicine from? From the melanated beings, which is why when they went tomb raided our ancestors, which was our old bodies, they took the cadavers, right, of the bodies, and they didn't put all of them in museums. They didn't get all the pharaohs only. They only put pharaohs and stuff like that in the museum so that they could attract money. But they ate and consumed all the rest of them. I'm telling you what I know from knowing the nature of the being, not from a book. It's the nature of the being I'm talking about here. They have to consume others to live, just like a carnivore. So when the carnivores are about to be wiped out because the sun says so, when the sun comes in and there's two suns in the solar system now, there's a small sun and a big sun. You got one kicking off energy on the other side of the planet while the other one's doing the same thing. Sometime at any given day, you'll see both of them. And they're out there and they're putting a lot of heat on the planet, which is causing all of the ice caps to melt. If the ice caps is melting, let me explain something to you. There's organisms that have been frozen in that ice for millions of freaking years are about to be let loose, okay? So there's going to be a whole new world. It's going to be things that you're going to see in the water, in the air, and things that you do not understand. You've never seen them before, unless you're us.
See how the sun, moon, and stars fit perfectly like a glove. In this galactical intercourse, the Big Bang, so metaphysically harmonized, it's insane. Some say our atoms are made up of stars, so we don't have to pile up likes to just show who we are. Yeah, I never thought they succeed in their job. Too many souls crying out from the land that they robbed. They desensitizing the population, incarceration. I'm calling out to the kings and queens all across the nation. Throw up your fists if you come to terms with your observation. They all infected, we strategizing in isolation. We got to get back to raising a village and bear your arms, eat the mics like the plunder and pillage. Yeah, and though we warriors, love is our nature. So we gon' fight on to the finish. They love it, they hate you. Like a seed, planted in the most barren climate, still it grows, so that those worthy may taste its fruit. Let the flame of hate die and never rekindle, so that our day shall be filled with positive energy. Our darkest hour is almost over. Let love shine. Let love shine.